Are you thinking, hi, are you thinking that just by fixing your Psychology Today profile, then your caseload problem, your calendar problem would be fixed? Yeah, not at all the case.
Mm.
No. Most of the time, clients may find you on Psychology Today, but more often than not, once they even find you on Psychology Today, they're going out to social media to search you up and see if they vibe with you, if they connect with you. So Caroline and I were talking last week about basically making that jump from group practice to private practice because of all the pain points that come from being in group practice. It's
Mm.
not the stability you think it is.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that it's really important that the first thing I think we should say is that a lot of people feel overwhelmed by thinking about moving out of out of group practice into private practice. And a lot of people think it's going to be too hard. And you've said it many times in lots of videos we've done that it was always that leap of the jump is always hard. I think it's in any job that you're in, if you go from a job into your own business, but the benefits outweigh anything when it comes to what you can do. And these days, with the way the online world is, I started doing marketing over 20 years ago when it was still, I had a e-commerce business that didn't even, I had a credit card system and no one even wanted to put their credit card in back then. So there was no social media, there was no all of this online payment stuff. And this
Mhm.
day and age, we have the ability to do everything. We can use social media. You can use things like, yes, Psychology Today, but there's many other options and we're going to talk about some of them now. But the fear of the unknown is something that is a hurdle that becomes really easy to overstep if you do it properly. So, we
Mhm.
talk about it a lot. You've got your Rosie bot that we talk about a lot because that allows people to do a lot of automated social media. We have the Power Zone that allows people to go in and automate a lot of their business, but also just have systems in place. And I think, I think a lot of therapists understand and respect systems and having systems in place to make things happen. So it's overwhelming, but it's not something that you have to be worried about. So we want to talk about Psychology Today and how Psychology Today is not really a top of funnel option that some people think it is. Another one that you brought up was also Substack. So that's not
Right.
something that is top of funnel unless you know that your audience is there. So Psychology Today, I think last week or the other week, you were talking about the statistics now of Psychology Today. Do you remember those off the top of your head?
I'll look it up um,
So,
while we're talking.
because of all these other AI bots, because we spoke about how you can use AI as a search tool now, and there's a few other, I think there's 4 other platforms now that are competing with Psychology Today. And because of those reasons, Psychology Today numbers of leads that people are getting have dropped off dramatically. And we do still believe in keeping your Psychology Today account, but you shouldn't be relying on it. It's not the place that you should be relying on. Substack would be great if your ideal clients there. We're not finding a lot of people are using that effectively. LinkedIn is another one. Erin and I have had this discussion before. If you are talking to people about relationships or their children, LinkedIn is not the place for that.
Mhm.
But you can talk about other topics over at LinkedIn. And I think if you're a therapist or a coach, that's a really good place for you as long as you've got your message really, really clear to that audience. Do you have those stats there
Right.
now?
Yes. So Psychology Today referrals have dropped 77 to 94%.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
So even if you optimized your profile, you're not going to fill your calendar from that. And especially if you're in a group practice where, let's say, there's interns, like the group practice owner loves to have interns because they make more money off the interns and the
Mm.
interns need hours anyway. So it's like, unfortunately, sometimes interns get exploited. So they're only making like 40% of their hourly rate, which may even be only $85 or what have you. So, um, really, the thing is, if you are, let's say you are in that group practice situation, you're wanting to make 20K months, we talked about last week, that's financially impossible. well, physically impossible and financially impossible because of the amount of hours you'd have to put in. So why don't you start building that caseload now for your private practice so you can have like a smooth transition, because it's very doable, especially with social media. But like you were saying, Caroline, you're not necessarily going to find therapy clients on LinkedIn because they're there for business purposes. They're not there looking for a therapist. Substack, like I haven't heard of any therapist who's gained therapy clients from Substack. And even speaking to people who are interested in the Beyond Booked Out program, they're like, I'll ask them, is your ideal client reading your stuff on Substack? And they're like, oh, I don't know. So it's like, you really want to be strategic about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and where you're showing up. So, yeah.
And I was going to say, I really still believe in social media in certain ways. So I'm a big believer in Instagram for most people. I think for some people, Instagram can work, but there's a really specific strategy you have to use on Instagram to make that really work. But Threads is really good. LinkedIn, only if you're doing certain areas of therapy, could work for you. Facebook is still working for a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah,
and
because I talked to another prospect. They're getting 3 to 10 leads per day from Facebook ads. But the problem is they can't keep up with them. They don't have a structured pipeline.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't have a funnel. So it's just like, you can't just set something up and think it's going to fill your calendar. Like there needs to be a system and things in place to help you do that. So we were going to get into today a little bit of a demo and showing everybody like how you can even up level your systems.
Because I think the thing is, most people, when we talk about social media, I know that most therapists came into this business not to be dancing on TikTok. So most people straight away, everyone I speak to is like, I don't want to do social media. It's not what I want to do with my business time. So what you're going to do is show a demo of an easy way to make it happen. So you're not actually having to go through and be on Instagram all day long or be on Facebook. There's some really easy strategies. So I think you can show your screen.
Yeah. So I will start with Power Zone first, just so you can see how you can have
Fantastic. Yes, I can see your screen. I'm going to move that over. Oh, we lost Erin. Here we go. Are you there? Can I hear you? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Oh my God, we lost Erin again. This is not a good live recording. We've lost her again. So while she is coming back, I'm going to have because here we go. We keep hearing you. Okay, now I can hear you.
Sorry. I think it's my internet. I will edit this out. So let me try again.
Super.
All right. So in Power Zone, you can go in here and schedule multiple platforms for your social media. It's got everything from YouTube to Pinterest, LinkedIn, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. So more than enough to create awareness and visibility. And so you can test very easily, where are you getting the most traction? Where are your ideal clients hanging out? And if you want to up level this experience of doing the social media testing, I've created the Rosie Bot, which does so much automatically for you. And I can't wait to show you this, Caroline. So lots of times you honestly need to be posting multiple times a day to get maximum traction. So what type of prompt would you want to put out for the Beyond Booked Out?
So let's put out something about social media.
Okay. Let's say Psychology Today won't fill your calendar. Social media does. Let's just do that.
2
So,
seconds of work.
oh yeah. And what's going to be incredible here, and these are some new upgrades, like with the Rosie bot, it handles photo post, video post, carousel, yeah, and text-based post. And then sometimes if you're in the moment or in the flow of something and you're like, I need a post right now, and you don't want it scheduled out, I've got that feature built in as well. And so what it's doing at the moment, it's pulling 2 photos to go with this post.
But we're watching this live doing its thing. But normally you could just have it on your phone. You can just type what you just typed and then put your phone down and let it do its own thing. So you're not having to sit there and watch it like we are right now. We're just showing you what's going to happen in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are some previous posts that it's done.
And you just go through once it comes up. So we're just waiting for it to go through because you've got thousands of photos to choose from. You also upload your own photos. So it's going through to find some photos.
Yeah. Yeah. But so here are the 2 photos that it's suggesting could be attached to this. And I'm building out a user image bank. So with their, oh, see, the posts are already ready. It's really just finding the photos. So here are those posts. Can you see those?
Yeah. So post number 1 of 7. Okay. And that's letting you know it's going onto LinkedIn, because you've got to type in which platforms you want. So if you want LinkedIn, if you want your Facebook, whatever you want. So it's saying here, post 1 of 7, platform, LinkedIn. And this is a top of funnel. So Erin, you've put in there for people to really understand what's going on. We really, Erin and I, when we talk in our Beyond Booked Out program, we've got a few key things when it comes to social media. And this is not something that you need the bot for, you don't need the platform for, but you need to understand, if you're doing social media, things like top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, why you're actually putting your content out. It makes a huge difference to your business. And then the other thing that you really want to understand is, who is your ideal client? So what's going on in the back end of this, Erin's already set this up. So if you use the bot, then you've already pre-programmed in your ideal client, and then it's going to create a post that's specifically targeting that particular person. It's not doing a general post to all people. It's doing a post that's specifically targeting, if you're targeting mums who are tired, if you're targeting couples that are wanting a divorce, if you're targeting OCD people, whatever you're targeting, it's going to write a post exactly for that. And then you get to choose, do you want that posted, or do you want to go through and not use it? So this is another thing a lot of therapists say to us is, but I want it to be my voice. And that's exactly what this does. You can go through and say, you know what, I'm not happy with that one. It's not exactly how I would speak, or it's not exactly what I would want to get across. Fine, just don't use that one. So you can automate your posts, or you can manually set them individually. This is just, there's nothing else on the market like this that does this.
No, because I was talking with another prospect and she acted like she was going to shop around, and she's like, I'm sure there's other tools like this. I'm like, no, this is custom built for you, which you're not going to find on any other platform at all. No,
and if you could try out, like we've gone through and we've tested other platforms, and you go through these other platforms and they're so generic. They might ask a couple of questions and then they might be saying that they're doing customized content for you, but it is so generic. And this is really like, you've got all your questions that you ask people beforehand. So 2 OCD therapists can go in and use this bot and end up with totally different content that wouldn't even come close to being similar, because you also ask people to upload their own content that they've done in the past. So then you can really get their voice included in that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So with this automation, with the Rosie bot, you can post multiple times a day. You can get all the funnel awareness parts. You can get your story built in. You can get your ideal client avatar built in. It's also aware of the season. So if, like, let's say Mother's Day is a special like thing that you like to talk about, that's all built in.
Yeah.
So what's really great is, like, especially for those therapists who like to have a lot of control over their social media, this can all go in as a draft. It doesn't just post. Like, so you're still in control every step of the way. And once the Rosie bot really knows your voice and things feel very solid, then it can go into that like automatic scheduling, like where it's completely hands off. You just use the Telegram app and you're done. So
Yeah, it makes it so easy. And what we have inside the toolkit, so there's a little QR code at the top here, or if you send us a message under the video, or if you're watching this afterwards, then you can actually send us a message. We'll send you a link. We have a toolkit. It's completely free for Beyond Booked Out. And what we've got in there, we've got all sorts of training for social media, because there is a few key differences that we believe in that makes a big difference of understanding, like I said before, understanding your ideal client, also knowing your middle of funnel, top of funnel, bottom of funnel, because once you know that, you know, are you building authority? Are you teaching people certain things about what they are going through and experiencing, or are you actually selling to them? And you have to understand how much of this you're doing. Some people send out too many messages about selling, buy my course, do my, sign up for my services, work with me. I offer all these discounts, and there's all of the people that are doing a lot of selling, and then you've got people that don't do any selling at all. And that's,
exactly.
So you've got the two sides that is like not working. I don't care which side you're on, they're both wrong. You need to have a certain amount of top of funnel. What top of funnel does is get people in that don't know who you are. Then you've got middle of funnel of the people that are like, hey, I've had a Caroline before. What's she talking about this week? I'm not quite ready to buy from Caroline, but I really like what she talks about. So I want to know more, and I want to just get more sure about it. And then you've got bottom of funnel, which is, hey, I really want to work with Caroline right now. So I'm actually going to go in and what's her offer this week? What's she selling? What's she actually got that I can buy from her? And once you understand all of those levels, and that's why what Erin's done is she's actually put it in there for you, so you can just visually say, hey, this is going to be a top of funnel message to get in front of people who don't know who I am yet, and make them more aware. And this is where we talk about, it's in the power zone as well. Comment the word, so people can comment a word, and then you can send them out automatically while you're sleeping. You don't have to be doing this. Send them out particular content based on what they comment. So this is just another way to get leads in rather than using Psychology Today. This is just such an easy way without doing ads, getting new people into your funnel, getting to know you, and then building up that authority that they want to work with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll have more good stuff next week.
And if anyone's got questions, ask questions. We always love questions, or just send us a DM as well. Totally. Good to see you again, Erin. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.